Well, um, I've never been married. I've never been engaged. I've had I've had quite a few boyfriends. I would say like only I'd say only 3 serious relationships, and there's only ever been one man that, though I mean I've loved other men. Obviously, I just said I had relationships, but only one of them did I ever want to marry, and his name is Mac, and I still have time. I still have trouble letting go of that. I think about him all the time. I want to call him or send him an email. I just want to hear his voice. I love his voice. I can still, when I close my eyes, I can see the pattern that his hair grows in on his head from all the times I rubbed it. I guess it was in the summer of 1998, I think. We met online. I'm a bit of an Anglophile, and I guess I'm a lot of an Anglophile, really. But so I would hang out in London chat room, UK chat room, and we sort of met. It was like a weird way that we met. I can't remember. It was sort of accident, and we just sort of chatting back and forth, and we really appreciated each other's sense of humor and sort of brought it out in each other. And then he asked me, "Can I phone you?" And I was like, "Wow, yeah, that'd be great." And we started talking on the phone all the time, emailing each other all the time, chatting. And I told him that I'd always wanted to go and visit England, and now I felt motivated to do it now, because I would like to have met. I wanted to meet him. I don't know how anyone follows anything I'm saying. I jump all over the place. I'm stuttering half the time. God. Anyway, he felt the same. And so I started making plans to go out there. And I wanted to go for kind of like a long time. How long was I there? And the first time I went over, I was there. Let's see. It's like 7 or 8 weeks or something. And I had planned to stay, to like rent a room or something, or I was making other arrangements. But he said, he wouldn't have that I was gonna stay with him. And I was kind of like, well, okay, well, we'll see. I wasn't sure. So then that happened in the summer, where everything kind of moved pretty quickly, and my plans were to go out. It's like a day or two before Thanksgiving here, but it was like 2 months before I was, had a flight to leave. He called me one day and said, "I can't stand it anymore. I'm coming out there, coming here to America to see me." And that was actually good. It made my mom feel a lot better. I said I've only lived here for a few years. Well, I've lived in New Mexico twice. I lived here, and then I moved away, and then I came back here about 3.5 years ago. So sorry if that timeline got confusing. And so because he came here, that was better. At least someone in my family got to meet him, and it made my parents feel a little bit better about me going out to a foreign country with someone that I had just met online. And I mean, it went even better than we expected. I mean, it was just instant. It was kismet. And he was here for, how long was he here for? I think it was just a week that he was here for. And we were just over the moon for each other. It was wonderful. So that I went out there and I stayed in his flat. You know, obviously, you know, he still had to carry on with the job, and because I was staying there for so long, I didn't have really hardly any spending money. I mean, I had a super tight budget because I'd rather stay there for a longer time. And so it's not like I got to do all the sites and all that stuff that, you know, for years I dreamed of doing and, you know, planned on doing. But it was wonderful. And, you know, I met most of his closest friends. I met his family. His mother and his sister really liked me, and I adored them. Then, before Christmas, just a few days before Christmas, he surprised me and took me to Ireland for 3 days. That's where his family's originally from, Cork, and they had moved to London like 6 months before he was born or something. So he's the only one in his family that was born in England. Everyone else was from Cork. And I have a picture somewhere in here. I even went and I kissed the Blarney Stone. And it was when we got back to London and we got dropped off by the cab in front of the flat, and we were starting to lug the suitcases and stuff into the building, and he stopped me and put his arms around me and he said, "I love you." It was like the happiest moment of my whole life, because I'd been wanting to say it to him for so long, and I didn't want to say it first because of all the times I'd been hurt before. I just felt like this huge weight off me, because like I could finally express what I was feeling. But I learned later he didn't mean it the way I meant it. Anyway, I savor that moment. I'll never forget the way that I felt. And I'll always love him. I'll show you some pictures of him in a few minutes if you want.